There's a tool in Illustrator called the blob tool, and for those of you who draw freehand a little more, this might be something that interests you a bit more. So if you click and hold on the paintbrush tool, there is a blob brush tool, or Shift B, and what you can do is it's basically vectored. It's a vectored paintbrush. The only difference is not so with the paintbrush is quite similar to the pen tool in that when you draw, this has points to it, so you can edit this and move the handles in whichever way you want. The blob tool makes shapes, so this is an actual shape. So this doesn't have a line going through it. So this is just a whole. This would be as if you'd expanded the paintbrush line work. So once you've done that, so if you go across it like this, those two shapes have merged into one there. So it's just a whole shape. One of the nice things about the blob tool is if you double click on here, you change this to pressure, and you've got your size here, you've got your variation. So you're actually going to have a pressure sensitive brush tool, blob tool, sorry. So if you change that to pressure and the variation, so this will be your smallest brush size and this will be your largest. So because this is just a circle, you don't need to change the angle, because the angle doesn't change on a circle, or the roundness. Oh, there you go. So so the roundness you can change, and then that's where the angle would come in. So you can move that around. But if we keep it a circle for now, we keep it 28 points and 17 point variation, like so. So I'm using the close brackets and open brackets to make the brush larger and smaller. So you can get some really good So for those of you who enjoy doing hand-drawn typography, you can actually create your own vectored typography. It does take a little while to get used to, because you really do have to press as if you're using a it's not quite as sensitive as the Photoshop. But it is quite good if you know that you're going to do something that's going to be on a wrap and a giant bag, say. Vectoring is the way to go, because you can make this as large or as small as you want, and it doesn't affect the quality of the line because it's a vectored shape. But it's definitely one to have a play around with. Just double click on here, have a little play with the pressure sensitivity on it, and it's quite good for if we've seen some really good drawings come out of this as well. So if there's anything you want to make, so if I just do some basic shapes right now, you can add a stroke on to that, so then you could add an effect onto that stroke afterwards. So you could create so you could give it a jaggedy edge or anything like that from your brushes, from your stroke panel.